Welcome to the Warrior Code podcast, where we live by a code of strength, structure, faith, and purpose. Today, we're exploring our third principle, courage in action. Having established our warrior identity and built faith as our foundation, we now face the crucial moment where beliefs must transform into bold movement forward. Here's what most men get wrong about courage. They think it's about the grand gestures, the heroic moments, the massive leaps. But that's not where true warrior courage lives. Real courage happens in the small, daily decisions that no one sees, but that forge who you become. Let me get real with you for a moment. I was terrified to leave alcohol behind. Not just nervous, fucking terrified. That bottle had become my escape, my comfort, my way to numb the pain of not measuring up. Sound familiar? Maybe for you it's not alcohol. Maybe it's porn, or work, or the endless scroll on your phone. Maybe it's the quiet desperation of knowing you're living a half-life while pretending everything's fine. The pit is deep, brother. And the longer we stay in the pit, the more we convince ourselves the pit is where we belong. But here's what I discovered. Courage wasn't quitting alcohol in one dramatic moment. It was saying no at 5:15 p.m. when my hand reached for the first drink. Then again at 5:16 and 5:17. It was texting another brother when the craving hit instead of me hiding and isolating. It was going to bed sober for one night, then another, then another. And then, even after I'd found success with sobriety, the fear evolved. I was terrified that I would be found out to be an imposter. That despite the external changes, I was still the same broken man inside. That it was all temporary and eventually everyone would see through me. This wasn't about the alcohol anymore. It was about not truly embracing my identity of who God said I was and who I am becoming. I was sober, but I was still living in fear, still not fully stepping into courage. True warrior courage moved me beyond just behavioral change. It became about looking in the mirror each morning and choosing to believe I am who God says I am, not what my past says. Speaking truth about my journey when shame whispered to stay silent. Stepping into rooms and conversations where I felt unqualified, knowing my identity isn't in my performance. Receiving love and respect from others when everything in me wanted to reject it as undeserved. These seemingly small acts of courage, they compound over time, forging the warrior's character from the broken pieces of who you used to be into the man God designed you to be. What I've discovered is that courage creates a momentum of its own. Each small, courageous choice makes the next one slightly easier. The daily decisions to face one fear, to take one step, to make one better choice. That's where transformation happens. This doesn't mean the path becomes less challenging. Warriors are constantly called to new levels that require greater courage. But it means you become stronger in your ability to face those challenges. Courage in action isn't about being fearless in the big moments. It's about being faithful in the small ones. It's about constantly choosing to live from your true identity, even when every voice, including your own, questions whether you deserve it. As we close today, I challenge you. What small, courageous step can you take today? Not next month, not when you feel ready, today. What one tiny act of courage might begin to change everything? Is it finally believing you are who God says you are, not who you and your failures say you've become? Thank you for joining me today on the Warrior Code podcast. Until next time, stay strong, stay faithful, and remember, you are a warrior.